Alright, YouTube, it's Arauro from Team Dragon Buster again. I tried filming this once, but I already got interrupted, twice in that, more than I could edit. So, I'm gonna try this again. This is my E-Hero deck on budget, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a note. I either had all of these cards, or I got them in a Legendary Collection too. So, go ahead and start it off. 2 Avions to bring out the Avion fusions, Burstinatrix to bring out, for the life of me, I can't remember because this is a bit of a ways ago. I don't really play this. Let me just pull it away from here. Rampart, Steam Healer, uh, and Flame Wingman. And Sparkman is for the Shining Flare. Clayman is for Rampart. Electrum, Steam Healer, I think it was, no. I can't remember the other ones that he goes for. And Neos for all his fusions, Neos Knight, Flare Neos, stuff like that. So, those are the normal monsters. The effect monsters are pretty much what runs the whole deck. Bubble Man, in case you get stuck in that one spot. Captain Gold, to bring out Skyscraper. He's also a pretty good hitter if it's already out there. Wild Heart, can't be touched by traps. So if someone warnings it, he is unaffected, I think. I don't know. Maybe don't quote me on that. I know he is unaffected by Bottomless. So, attach an equip card or whatever to him. Blade Edge, he's the Pierce. He's pretty much the heavy hitter of the deck without fusing. Necroshade, just remove him from play and special summon one from the grave. Ocean, during your standby phase, you can select one element hero, pretty much any hero monster except for mass heroes, on your field or in the graveyard and put it back in your hand. So that actually works pretty good for the Stratos. Prisma actually works pretty good with this deck. I can send a rock monster to the grave if I'm using something and use him, or a fiend if I already have a rock out there, because I'm running Dark Guy in this deck and it's actually has saved me more than most of the other cards. I also run Glad Beast, so Stratos, that's to get all the bring one hero to your hand, whatnot. Diamond Dude to send the spells to use their effects. Malicious Edge, he's just that fiend, plus he's a hero, so I can get his effect with the Ocean or whatnot. Hummingbird for LP gain. Dark Panther to copy one monster my opponent controls. It gets the name and the effects, but doesn't get any attacks. Flare Scarab gets attack and just attack, so increase its attack and whatnot. Glomoss is pretty much the stall, so when it's attacked, you can reveal your opponent draws a card and they reveal it. If it's a monster card, they end the battle phase. Spell card, if this card is attacking, it makes it a direct attack, so that's decent. And if it's trap, then change to defense mode. So if you're being attacked, then you only have two things to help you, and that's monster trap. So if it's spell card, it can't apply, and he's still destroyed. So the 3 Glad Beasts are Equus. I'm only using them for their fusion, but their effects are still pretty decent. When this card is special summoned by the effect of Glad Beast, add 1 Glad Beast from the graveyard to your hand. So if you say go into Prisma's effect, and you already had one of these guys out there, but the other one was in the grave, get that out. Sorry about that. Lucari. Lucari is the whole key to the fusion, so I kind of need him, but I could send him. Plus, he also gets a 2100 if he's brought out by the effect of a Glad Beast. Darius, you get to bring You can select one in the grave and special summon it, so he's kind of the one you want. The only problem is that its effect is negated, and it's returned to the deck when this card is removed from the field. So, Go Golem, he's pretty much a stall. If you put him in defense mode, say someone's got like a level limiter, that works in your favor. And Enraged Muka Muka, because in this deck you find yourself having quite a few cards, and I don't really have a normal Muka Muka. So those are the monsters, normal and effect. I'm going to go into the spells right now. Axe and Fools gets stops any of my opponent's effect monsters. Dark World Shackles negates any of my opponent's effects, I think. Nope, it just shrinks its points, and the owner loses 500 points. Ballista, this is actually really good. You attach it to any monster, and their points increase by 1,500 every time they attack a defense position. And I don't know the ruling, but I think if it continues to attack, the points don't go away. United We Stand, that's 800 for every monster. Lightning Blade, that's 800 to the equipped monster, and all water monsters is 500, but not a lot of people are playing water right now. I think they will when the new deck comes out. Anyway, Mage Power, that's for all your spells and traps, 500 for each. Neospace, it's so your Neos monsters don't get bounced back. Skyscraper gives 1,000 points. Super Poly, this actually works in my favor because I have quite a few of the New Age heroes. Dark Fusion, it's just to bring out those evil heroes. Emergency Call, add it to your hand. Destroy all spells and traps equal to the number of face-up heroes you have. Oh, E-heroes. My bad. So that can work in your favor. Poly and Parallel. Next, we're going to go into the traps. Call, bring anything back. 2, 7 tools, that's to negate. Trap holes, stop any summons. Widespread, that's for an attack. Compulsory, this is pretty much dead if you're going against Dark World, but can actually benefit you if, say, you're running against wind-ups. Mirror Force, doesn't always help, but it can be there. Mirror Gate sometimes benefits you. Alright, then we're going to go right into the extra deck. Rampart, this is for defense and to hit your opponent. Electrum, that's just for the attack. It also gets boost from everything. You shuffle all your banished monsters into the deck. And also another bonus, he gets 300 points for each card that your opponent has. So he gets a bonus from 5 elements. So if your opponent's running dark, that kind of sucks for you. Shining Flare Wingman, this is just 300 for each E-hero in the grave. So you also get to inflict damage to your opponent when it destroys a monster equals to their attack. Steam Healer, when it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the grave, you get points. Flare Scarab, it's just for the attack. Neos Knight, it gets for whatever warrior type monster you use, being any of the other heroes, it gets half the attack and defense. Dark Gaia is actually the heavy hitter in this deck because he gets the attack of both the Fiend and the Rock that you use. Flame Wingman does the same thing as Shining Flare, except he doesn't get attack for monsters in the grave. Absolute Zero, bring that out when your opponent destroys it, you wipe out all his monsters. Gaia, it's to have your opponent's monsters. Great Tornado, it's the same thing. Dark Bright, it does pierce. The drawback is that it's changed to defense position. But when it's destroyed, you get destroyed when opponent's monster. Heraclinos, during either player's turn when a spell trap is activated, you can discard one card, negate the activation. So that doesn't say once per turn, so it has to be face up on the field to resolve. Shining, this I was told is the best card out of New Age. I think that's kind of wrong. because Absolute Zero is a pretty good hitter himself. So he gets 300 for every banished. When it's sent, you can target up to 2 and add those targets to your hand, so that's decent. And Dion, I have a match changed. I just forgot to put it in the deck. So when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the grave, you can switch summon one level 4 or lower hero from your deck. So that actually benefits you. Go for the Stratos. So let me just go ahead and do a quick count of all this, because I know that's I think 15 in the side deck. 6, 7. So there's 50 in that deck, which is pretty much what I run. So if you have any questions or comments, just PM me or comment below. So I'll post another video after this. Bye, YouTube.